just walked outside. We wrote down something super personal on a piece of paper, and we took it outside and just lit it on fire. And that's how easy it is to get rid of these things. And the enemy's going to come in and say, oh, it's too hard. We have to put too much work into it. It's not. Okay, it's as easy as that. Now, some of these things, yeah, it's like you're going to have to continue to keep doing things, but that's step one. That's putting it in the light. That's putting it out there and exposing. So, I wanted to ask if anyone wanted to come up and maybe share what they wrote down. I just think that for whatever reason, it's been bugging me because it's been bugging me that I don't feel like we're a close group as we should be. And I'm just asking that somebody, if they want to, would want to come up and share what they wrote down, what's an idol in their life and something that they need to move past. So, is there anybody that wants to do that? Somebody?
So I think for like most of us, at the high school age, at such a young, impressionable age, a biggest weakness for me is validation. I have struggled with like putting my validation in others rather than what God thinks of me or what my father tells who I am through God. I put my validation in my peers, and that's something that I've struggled with since middle school started, just worrying about what everyone thinks about me. And then my other weakness was just mental health in general. I have anxiety and manic depressant, so my mindset, I think, is a weakness for me, because when I get in the slump, I'm just like, well, I'm in the slump and I'm not going to get out, rather than thinking, well, I'm going to get through today. Today's going to be a good day, and it's going to be fine. It's just like if I wake up in the depressed state, then I'm like, well, I'm stuck here. So I think that's another weakness that I really struggle with fighting through. So, yeah.
Thank you. Is there anybody else? It's hard to see up here, sorry.
Um. Okay. So I would probably say that two weaknesses of mine are interconnected, kind of. Would be self-doubt and relationships. I have always struggled with self-doubt for a long, long time. I would always doubt what I did or doubt what I haven't done, like I should have done that or should have done something else. In relationships, I kind of take it to a level where if I make one mistake, I'll worry and stress about that till I get that validated, like make it so get reassurance that it wasn't as big a deal as I was making it out to be. Which is pretty much all I have to say, really.
Thank you. Is there anybody else?
Should have closed them. My name's Bryson, and I've struggled with um, insecurity about what other people think about me, and pretty much what she said, validation. And I usually, sometimes if I hear somebody said something about me, I'll get really worked up about it and overwhelmed. And the other one is greed. I don't know, I ask for too much stuff, and I usually get it, and shouldn't be that way at all. And I'm thankful for it, but it shouldn't happen.
Anybody else? 1, 2. All right. It's blinding up here. I can't see. I don't know.
I have a hard time thinking of words. Sorry. I put misunderstood because I'm afraid that if I don't know. I'm just afraid of being misunderstood and really of misunderstanding others too. But also feeling unseen and unheard and unknown, which is kind of all one thing with 3 names. So, yeah, it's really taken up my mind for more than a year. And I've tried to let it go, and it's hard because it keeps coming back. So, yeah, that was my thing.
It's not coming back anymore. Is there anybody else? I can't see. Yes.
Sit down because that's more comfortable. I think for me, it was, I think it was just like fear, you know, because like I'll dance on stage, but and I love to talk, a lot, but you know, being vulnerable, I've been hurt in the past and you know, I just put walls up, and you know, just afraid of letting myself out to other people other than my closest friends, and I feel you know, that really got let down tonight, and that you know, I just really feel, and it would get in the way of I would get on myself oh darn, I should have spoken to that person, or you know, stuff like that. And I just feel you know, when we were burning it, I got goosebumps and I got really excited, and I was like, oh man, I gotta get up there. So yeah.
Ryder.
Hello? My name is Ryder. Most of you guys know who I am. I'm only going to share one of my things I wrote down, and that is probably my language. I don't obviously say anything in front of you guys, but I feel like that's probably one of my worst things is how I speak around other people, and I don't know. The way I talk and how I act in front of my school friends is not really acceptable. And yeah, I would just hope that would change. So
last chance. Yeah.
So I'm Melissa. You can call me Church Mom or Mama Lou, whatever. The two things that I immediately wrote on mine was mommy guilt. And that's just wounds from my childhood. Sorry. I don't ever want my kids to go through what I went through as a child. So I struggle with that, and I try to make sure that I'm there for my boys and I don't miss a game, because I know what it's like sitting or doing a sport and looking and nobody's there to support you or watch you play. And when Parker turns around and looks at me, it blows me a kiss, and he doesn't care that he does that in front of his friends. I'm just like, oh, I'm melting. And then the other one that I wrote was enough. Am I enough? Did I do enough? Was I enough for my boys? Was I enough for my husband? Was I enough in ministry? I struggle with that. Am I enough for you guys? Am I enough for res kids? Am I enough for my friends and my family and my church family? I know I'm enough, because those are lies. Those are lies, and I don't believe them. But still, the enemy he'll still attack you, and those thoughts will come in, and I know they're lies. But yeah, that's what I struggle with, and that's exactly what the enemy knows, just to open that wound, because he knows what are our weaknesses and our idols, and that's where he goes to attack you. So, but they're lies. So, yeah.
All right.
I'm Morgan, for those who don't know me. The first one I wrote down, as soon as Adam said it, I knew that was mine too, so I kind of stole his. But the first one I wrote was the ability to be loved. I feel like I love others well, but I don't really know how to receive the same form of love. I know that my friends love me, and I know that my family loves me, but I put up a lot of defense mechanisms, I am funny, but I use jokes as a way to defend love, especially just kind of that interconnected love, that really deep love from a friend or whatever. And then my second one was, I just forgot. I guess it's gone. Oh, no, my second one was limiting God, not necessarily limiting God, but limiting my ability to see his blessings, because I limit him to my own fantasies. So a lot of times I miss out on blessings, even what we would consider small blessings, because I fantasize that it was supposed to be a certain way, and that that the prayer or the situation was supposed to turn out a certain way. So if it didn't turn out that way, then I think that it was a fail or a missed opportunity. But in all reality, God was just blessing me in a really big way, and I was just too worried about my own feelings and my own thoughts to know that that's what it was.
So, I bet if I asked, who else has these same problems as, everybody that walked up here and said what they were, I bet everybody could raise their hand, everybody would have their hands raised. I feel like I relate to, a lot of those. And, that's why I want us to be close, so we can share these things, and then, us being leaders, we can help you get through that. And because I know we've all experienced a lot of these things, and you know, we try, when we see things, we try to let you know. You know, Anna, I spoke to you about something at CIY, and, you know, you remember what I said, I want that to keep going, you know, that was awesome. And, you know, everybody that came up here, that takes a lot of courage to let that out, but just the fact that you came up here and did that is awesome. And, you know, is there anybody else that wants to share anything? Anybody getting that poll? No? All right. Ryder? Okay.
Why stop at one? Okay. My other thing I wrote down was lustful actions or thoughts. It's not worth it. It's not worth the satisfaction you get for the amount of guilt you get after. And I planned out what I was going to say before I came up, but now it's just all gone. So, but yeah, it's not worth it to come up. Well, not come up. To look at someone or think of someone that way. And I speak from experience. The amount of guilt you have after is not worth it. So, yeah, just wanted to come up and say my other one, because why stop at one, so.
All right. So last call for anybody else that wants to share. All right.
Hey, my name's Rayanne, and throughout my childhood, I've struggled with anxiety and fear over lots of family situations, losing family members, and worried about that again.
So, trying to figure out, does anybody else want to share? Last chance. All right, I'm going to pray, and then, I don't know, I'm kind of torn between if anybody, well, let's just break into small group. And then, but I want to keep this going tonight of getting to know each other, and maybe, I don't know what I want to do. I'm kind of stuck, but we'll figure that out. I'm going to pray real quick, and then we'll figure out what we want to do. God, thank you for giving me this message to share, and just letting me feel relaxed to be up here and say what you wanted me to say. And thank you for the people that wrote down their idols and their weaknesses, and that they're on the path tonight to end those things and remove those things from their life. And you know, I also wanted the people that came up here tonight to know that that's huge, and you know, just to come up here and share something that personal with all these other students in front of them is a hard thing to do, and whether they know it or not, they're leaders, and they need to continue doing that. And I bet that was something else that they could have written down was that they don't have, maybe they struggle with self-confidence to not get up and be a leader, but just doing that, they should know that they are. And God, I just want to ask that you keep everyone here safe this week, and that they have a good week, and yeah. I ask all these things in your name. Amen.